Yo, what's up? We are live, currently watching the Rangers game, holding on to a 7-6 lead. Hopefully you tailed that first 5 over I gave out earlier, because that hit for plus 110. Ball 2. We got, I think, 8 more to get through today.
No, I mean, there was only 4 that went through the first, so I think there's 10 games to go through.
Yeah, but there were, oh, you know what, though? We skipped a couple. So, all right. Let's go ahead and get started. Pirates at Rays first. As you already heard last night on YouTube, I am on the Pirates. If you're the type of person that likes to take risks, you can go with the money line at plus 185. I'm personally going to take the plus 1.5 at minus 115. I mean, I'll just briefly repeat what I said on YouTube. I'm sure you already know what I'm about to say. Obviously, if you can see down here in the pie charts, 72% of the public's on Tampa Bay. That's to be expected. They have the best record in baseball. They're at home with their ace on the mound, McClanahan. So just that information right there is going to draw a lot of the public over to Tampa. But if you really sit here and take a look at this game, I mean, it's a great spot. This price doesn't make sense. I mean, it makes sense because I'm sure the odds makers are expecting a lot of the public to be on Tampa. But you got the Pirates with the second best. All right, keep it together, Rangers. You got the Pirates with the second best record in baseball, who have been crushing lefties all season. So if there's one team in the MLB right now that could come in here and hit off McClanahan, it's probably the Pirates. Not to mention the Pirates have Mitch Keller pitching, who's, I mean, he had a rough start to start the season, but his last 5 starts, he's 3-0 with a 2.90 ERA. I just think this is a great price, and I'm going to take it.
Yeah, definitely agree with Kyle on those Pittsburgh plays. My favorite play for this game is Mitch Keller over 5.5 Ks. I got some crazy CLV on that. Right now, the best line you could get it at is minus 124 on Barstool, and here's the reason why I like it so much. Don't look now, but the Tampa Bay Rays seem to be reverting to their whiff-heavy ways from 2022 against right-handed pitching. Last year, Tampa finished 24th in K percentage against righties with a 24% K percentage. And up to April 24th of this season, the Rays owned the 7th best K percentage against righties, 20.8%. They were doing fantastic at limiting whiffs. But look at what's happened since that date. Since that date, the Rays have plummeted to 25th in K percentage against righties, and of the last 8 right-handed pitchers to face them, 6 of them smashed their K total, averaging 5.7 per game. Keller's seen far more batters than he ever has throughout his career, making it 6+ innings in 4 straight starts, and it's helped his result in career K numbers for him. Through 6 starts, Keller's 4-2 to the over, averaging 6.7, and last season he averaged just 4.4 Ks per outing. On top of that, he's been more efficient with his Ks, seeing a 6.7% increase in the K percentage, and on top of that, he's posting a career 30% called strike plus whiff rate. I think the books are more so pricing this based on the Rays' season-long numbers than the recent numbers, and I also feel like Keller's numbers from 22 are playing a little bit of a role in why that number was so low this morning at minus 102. Seems they've woken up a bit, and I really like the spot for Mitch Keller here today.
Sounds good. Strikeout prop from Prop Beaver. Let's move on to the next one. And I'm still there. Hold on. I think we froze for a second. We usually come right back. And we're back. Sorry about that. So yeah, I passed on this one. Someone says Keller's mids. I passed on this one last night, and I'm still passing. It's just their last start. These two pitchers just faced off on Thursday. We're talking 6 days ago. And they were both dealing. And then the game got rained out. Or no, there was a rain delay and both pitchers were pulled after 3 scoreless innings. So just like a weird situation to have that in the game logs right before this matchup. Really don't know what to expect. You got to be kidding me, dude. You better get out of this fucking inning. Fuck. All right. Yeah, so I'm passing.
Yeah, that was great content. Yeah, so I'm going to pass on this game. I mean, direct rematch of a game where both pitchers went only 3 innings due to a rain delay. My lean would be the Braves' first 5 run line, but Braxton Garrett at home is a monster. So I would just rather pass here. Pretty weird line movement there. Overall pass for me.
Sounds good. Next is Cubs at Nats. I want to play this one so bad. I want to play the Nats so bad. I'm just going to say Nats or pass. Oh, man, I want this one bad. All right, so here are my notes for this one. So, Cubs are secretly slumping against right-handed pitching, but they're still being priced like their lineup is red hot. In the last 7 days, Cubs are just 18th in Major League Baseball against righties in 182 plate appearances, so it's not a tiny sample size. This lineup is not hitting right-handed pitching like it was earlier in the season. Plus, you got Stroman, started off the season red hot, and his last start did not look great against the Marlins. And also, Stroman does not have good career numbers against this Nationals lineup. I mean, which is weird because you would think every pitcher has good numbers against this Nationals lineup, not Stroman. So it's the perfect spot to fade the Cubs. It's perfect. Here's the problem. Washington's got a guy named Jake Irvin pitching, making his first major league start. Oh, man. Give me Chad Kuhl. If Chad Kuhl was pitching, I'd be backing the Marlins here. Just the first major league start. I can't do it. I want it bad. I'm not betting this, but I want to.
Yeah, I mean, I threw him in our lean parlay, but I definitely feel there's an angle for Washington if you want to play it sharp and take a chance on whoever the hell the pitcher is for them today. I mean, when you see Cubs on the road with Stroman pitching, first instinct is to auto-bet Stroman, one of the best road pitchers in baseball going back to last season. The issue is that the dude's had a rough go of it against Washington. Through 58 at-bats, the Nats are batting 293 off of him with an 894 OPS, and he's allowed 3+ runs for the first 5 in all of his last 3 starts against Washington. Just gonna pass. Sucks. I wish we knew a thing about Mr. Irving, but gonna pass.
Mortgage on Cubs, he's saying. Cleveland at Yanks. This is crazy. This is like exactly what I asked for. So I don't know if you saw in the video last night. I said I like Bieber in the spot and I like Cleveland, but that minus 140 price is killing me. I'm hoping this is what I said last night. I'm hoping after the Yankees win that the public comes in on the Yankees. Some action comes in on the Yankees and this line drops to about minus 125. Well, it did exactly that. That's exactly what happened. Action came in on the Yankees. This line dropped to Cleveland minus 125. So, as I said, I'm going to play it. I know not everyone has a ton of faith in Shane Bieber, and I'm not necessarily saying I do. I have faith in pretty much anyone pitching against the Yankees right now. That lineup is so terrible without Judge and Stanton in it. I don't see the Yankees winning back-to-back games with no bats. So I'm on Cleveland money line.
Yeah, I mean, first I want to talk about that Riverdale Kings DMV comment. That's hilarious. As a Nats fan, the guy's never heard of this dude. Has no clue who the hell Jake Irvin is. No clue.
And he's a Nats fan. That's awesome.
I have no clue who he is either. So yeah. Yeah, I like the Guardians here. I mean, sharps like the Yanks, and in my opinion, that's great news for us. We just get a better price on backing the better lineup, the better starting pitcher, and the better bullpen. Clark Schmidt is like the biggest fade walking in the sport right now. I mean, his struggles against lefties are atrocious. 526 WOBA, 4 home runs allowed per 9. My God. And a 7.91 FIP. I mean, that's just brutal. And now this is going to be a Cleveland lineup that, while underwhelming, is going to be seen for the second time this season. And they have 6 left-handed batters in the lineup. 5 of them make up the first 6 batters in their order. I just think that he's going to give up another 2, maybe 3, maybe even 4 runs here. And Shane Bieber is not an arm that I'm crazy about, but it doesn't take much to have a good outing against this abysmal Yankees lineup. The last 11 of 12 right-handed pitchers to face the Yankees have held them to 2 or fewer earned runs. And the Cleveland bullpen that has the key trio of De Los Santos, Clase, and Stefan rested, facing a Yankees bullpen that will likely be without King and Peralta. And this is just too good of a price to pass on here.
Yeah, I forgot to mention that. Yeah, the Yankees bullpen missing. You can make an argument. They're 2 most important pieces in King and Peralta. So, like that. Next up, Toronto at Boston. I passed. I kind of like Toronto, but the public's all over them. And like, how can you really make a case to back Alek Manoah on the road against a lineup that's historically crushed him? Or is that the...
No, he has excellent numbers.
It's the Blue Jays lineup that has crushed Pivetta.
Yes.
But Manoah has had back-to-back good road starts, but they were both against terrible lineups. Boston, in the last 2 weeks, is first against right-handed pitching. This has been the hottest lineup against righties in Major League Baseball. So, as much as I'd love to back Toronto here, facing a sweep, I can't get behind Manoah on the road. And then the other bet angle I liked was the first 5 over, but then it's at 5.5. So no, I'm just gonna pass on this one.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't have a real good read on this game. Public's all over Toronto, and while Pavetta is pretty horrendous at home, not gonna lie about that. I just don't know if I'm there with Manoah yet. Yes, he's put together 2 pretty solid starts in a row, but I definitely saw some cracks in the armor there against the Mariners. As Kyle was saying, I mean, these Boston bats are hot. Connor Wong yesterday tanked 2 home runs, and if you saw, I don't know if you have like a dinger tracker of any sort, that should have been 3 home runs. The first ball he hit would have been a home run in 29 other parts. I mean, that's like the 8 hitter for the Boston Red Sox right now. I mean, this lineup's just on fire. I'm gonna pass here.
The Rangers are absolute trash, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I don't know if we could ever back the bullpen again. My Christ,
this is awful. Twins at White Sox. I'm down to rock with the Twins. I'm gonna let Prop Beaver talk because it was his pick, but I'm down to tail and go Twins. It's at plus money now. I mean, it seems like, wow, the White Sox win 2 games and people just like forget what we've seen over the last couple weeks.
No, I mean, I get it. People want to back Cease, but it's now been 4 straight starts where the guy surrendered 3+ runs, and one of those came against none other than the Twins, where he managed to go just 5 innings. He's now going to see them again, and I like the spot with everybody and their mother losing their Twins ticket yesterday after a dominant Kopech outing. Nobody's going to want to take the Twins today. This Twins lineup is still second in WRC plus against righties over the last 2 weeks, and is substantially more capable than the Sox current bats, which are bottom 10. Garland looks solid in his first start against a similarly struggling Yankees lineup, and now faces the White Sox team that he had a bunch of success against last year. Through 10 innings of work, he allowed just 2 runs to them, and that was despite facing them in back-to-back starts. That is historically a very tough spot for a starting pitcher, especially a rookie. So he did very well in those spots, and on top of that, the current lineup, though a small sample size, over 14 against Garland. So I think he offers some sneaky value again. We saw both bullpens see some pretty heavy usage yesterday, but the Twins, in my opinion, are the far better pen, and they have Duran back there who's rolling right now with a full day of rest, ready to dominate. I like the Twins at the plus price. I'm not just going to hop off the Twins bandwagon just because Mr. Cease is on the mound.
Yeah, it's not so much the Twins bandwagon. It's all of a sudden everyone's forgotten how bad the White Sox have been.
Yeah, I see Brandon Zimmerman's comment. Yes, they do strike out more than any team against righties, but something I would be a little bit cautious about. If you go to their recent game logs against pitchers, they aren't whiffing at nearly the same rate.
This dude came in and threw 7 straight balls. He walked the bases loaded and then threw 3 straight.
That's their best reliever.
He's trash. 8 straight balls, walked in a run. What an absolute scrub, yo. Fuck!
It's a half unit Texas Rangers bet. Relax.
It's fuck, man. All right. No, because I didn't even put my own bet down either. Like, I didn't bet the first 5 over, so fucking just stupid on my part. Anyway, Orioles at Royals.
Twins are second in WRC plus against right-handed pitching over the last 2 weeks. I think they get hit.
Wow, I did not know that. So anyway, I said this one on YouTube, so I won't repeat myself. Greinke at home is someone I trust. I don't necessarily trust Kyle Gibson. What is this even at? I don't even remember what the odds are at. Is this for this?
It's at 5.
Oh yeah, that's all right. It's at 5 at -110. Moved up to 5, which the line movement definitely not in our favor there for it to move up, but I'm sticking with it. First 5 under 5. It's at -110. Don't love Gibson, don't love Greinke, but I'm down to back Greinke at home, and I'm down to back anyone against the Royals lineup. So simple.
Yeah, my favorite pick here is Greinke under 2.5 earned runs at +120 on DraftKings. Yeah, Greinke sucked. We all know. Greinke's definitely sucked. We all know that. But here's the thing. His last 3 or 4 starts have been on the road. And if you know from last season, Greinke's one of the worst road starters in all of baseball. Some Patrick Corbin-esque numbers. But if we're looking purely at his home numbers going back to last season, even including a rough Brave start, the guy's got a 2.27 ERA, 78 WOBA, a 2.84 FIP, and he's allowing 0.2 home runs allowed per 9. Greinke faced the Orioles last year at Baltimore and only allowed 2 runs to them. So I think that he could actually have a pretty decent outing here. On top of that, the Baltimore Orioles are just 25th in WRC plus against righties through the first 5 innings over the last month. I just like the value spot personally. I really think that Greinke could hold his own here. If I'm more worried about something in that first 5, sounds crazy, but I'm more worried about Kyle Gibson. I really like Greinke. Fine outing here.
Yep. Next, Angels at Cardinals. I'm playing the Cardinals. I'm taking the Cardinals at +115. This is just solely playing the line movement. That's it. Everyone is betting the Angels. Ohtani's pitching. Everyone's betting the Angels, and this line continues to drop. The Angels were minus 145 favorites this morning. They're now down to minus 134, despite everyone betting them. So I'm just fading the action on this one, playing the line movement. Cardinals money line at home.
Yeah, I mean, I respect the ballsiness there. I don't have the stones to do that. I just don't trust this Cardinals lineup against a righty. One thing I will say, and maybe our local Miles Mikolas whisperer JD can attest, but maybe it might be another good start for Miles Mikolas today. Just reading the line movement, that's what it suggests. And I know that this Angels lineup was better against righties last season, but they're actually worse against righties this season. And on top of that, those bats seem to dwindle on the road. We see a lot less production from the Angels on the road compared to at home. I wouldn't be really surprised if Miles Mikolas has another solid outing, especially because of the fact that he's much better against righties, and the Angels lineup is pretty righty heavy, usually starting about 7 bats. This is a pass, but yeah, I definitely would lean Cardinals just from a pure sharp angle. Contrarian.
Looks like this guy's saying it dropped down to minus 120.
Bro, what?
Oh, no. I mean, it might be 120 on some books. We're looking at the consensus line. Maybe
books are taking a goddamn stance on the Cardinals. Holy shit.
I mean, a couple have them down to minus 130, though. It's down to the consensus line is down to minus 132, so it's still dropping. And everyone's betting Ohtani. Of course they are. Crazy.
What do I know about Wawa Prop Beaver? It's a fine establishment.
I think you're wearing a Wawa shirt.
Nah, this is Bucky's. Bucky's is fire, but Wawa's alright.
Yo, the Rangers are the worst team in baseball.
Yeah, I know. Let's just not talk about it. We lost the bet. Let's just move on. Let's not act though like the Rangers bats don't have some pop. They got some fight.
I'm passing on this one. You have a play.
Yeah. Rockies first 5 money line. I love this one. I tweeted this out on Twitter for a full. That's at minus 105. So seeing the Rockies with a line this low is already definitely suspect, and I think I have an angle here to back them. Eric Lauer's been extremely inconsistent thus far, and if you look at his expected numbers, I mean, they're pissed. 12th in expected batting average, 15th in expected slugging, 21st in barrel percentage. Those are all percentiles, by the way. The dude's not trustworthy right now. Now he's going to face a Rockies lineup that pimped him out of his mind. 354 OBA, 990 OPS, and they're averaging an RBI every 5 at-bats. This is the craziest part. Everybody, listen to this stat. Through 6 career starts at Coors, Eric Lauer's 0-5 with a 15.97 ERA, a 2.83 WHIP, and a 3.4 home runs allowed per 9. It is a nightmare spot for this guy. On the other side, we got Freeland, who's been lately. Let's not go ahead and lie. But one positive is that he owns this Milwaukee lineup. Through 50 ABs, they're batting 120 against him with a 360 OPS, and they also got a 30.9 K percentage. Kyle Freeland isn't even a strikeout guy like that. So if you're looking for a little plus money strikeout prop, don't mind Freeland today. Freeland's won his last 3 or 4 starts against the Brewers, with all 3 wins being 6+ inning shutout performances by him. We know how bad Milwaukee's been against lefties this season, and even at Coors, I see them continuing to struggle. Let's take that garbage-ass Rockies pen out of the mix and isolate the first 5. Rockies first 5, minus 104. My personal bet of the day.
Yeah, I mean, Eric Lauer's a dog, though. He's an absolute dog. And he's the kind of guy you got to ignore the numbers.
Like a Chihuahua?
No, he's the kind of guy you got to ignore the numbers because he's a gamer. He knows how to win games. And I know his numbers in Coors Field may not be great, but the reason I couldn't get there, and I'm not on Milwaukee, don't get me wrong, but the reason I couldn't get there is like the Brewers just lost last night. I'm not like a Rockies are going to win 2 games in a row kind of guy.
They don't need to win 2 games in a row. They need to win the first 5.
Same thing, bro.
No.
All right. Next game. Last game. Mariners at A's. This one's it's not George Kirby, it's Logan Gilbert. Oh, it was George Kirby last night. It switched.
Oh, okay.
Right? Is that
I believe it's because you said Gilbert was on the mound, so
it's well, hold on. Now you got me. Now I'm thinking our graphics.
It says Gilbert.
So we either messed up making the graphic or the starting pitcher is changed.
No, last night it was definitely Kirby.
Okay, so so it's Logan Gilbert, not George Kirby. And I wanted to go Seattle first 5 run line because I just think Logan Gilbert's... Here's the problem. I don't really have the numbers to back it up. I just feel like Logan Gilbert's so due for a good start, and this Oakland team keeps hanging around. And I wanted to do that, but I ended up passing. He's actually on the other side. He's going Oakland first 5, and I believe that Oakland first 5 is 1-0-2 in the last 3 games.
Yeah, I mean, I like Oakland through the first 5 here. JP Sears, while pretty terrible, he has some really nasty numbers against this Mariners lineup through a pretty small sample size. On top of that, the Mariners bats are definitely weaker against lefties. So I like the angle with that. And then on top of it, I mean, Logan Gilbert just fucking stinks against the Athletics. I mean, one would expect this guy's career numbers against this lineup of putrid batters to be excellent, but that's not the case at all. 39 at-bats, 385 OBA, a 1.041 OPS. He struck out 4 guys through 39 at-bats. So, I mean, one thing I will look at later is Logan Gilbert under Ks. I'm going to do that right after this concludes. But I just think that personally, Gilbert isn't playing his best baseball right now. We're catching him in a bit of a vulnerable spot. Before yesterday's shutdown by Mr. Bryce Miller, the Oakland Bats were 14th in OPS against righties over the last week. I just think that if you're going to give me like plus 150, plus 160 value, I would rather take the A's through the first 5 than the Mariners all day.
Yeah, I just feel like Logan Gilbert's so due for a good start. And last year, or maybe it was 2 years ago, or last year, he was good on the road. And the Mariners' bats always hit for him. And but like I said, there's no numbers to back it up. That's why I put in pass. But I could just see Logan Gilbert finally putting together a good start. All right, so let's do the community parlay. I'm sure you guys know how it works. Throw your legs in the comments. Whatever you think belongs in this parlay, throw it in the comments, and let's throw something together. It'll be the squarest parlay of all time. Stop watching TV. I'm watching the baseball game.
We have to talk about the games, people.
Right,
we can't just like.
How am I supposed to do this if I'm not aware of what's going on?
We can't give you BS info.
Cubs money line.
All right. Stop watching TV. That's funny. All right, we got the Cubbies. Oakland is trash shred. I mean, you're not wrong. Not wrong.
Is trash shred a phrase?
It's the first time I've heard it, but I don't mind it.
Oh.
I mean, you really could just laugh it off at this point. The Rangers bullpen is down the fucking drain right now.
Blue Jays Braves money line. Blue Jays money line.
Holy
Mets run line.
On the run line.
No, we're not putting the doubleheader game in there.
Sacrilege.
White Sox money line? What? All right.
That's it. All right. Oh, I should have put that all in a thing. Wait 1 second, Chiefs. Let's calculate the odds. I mean, I could tell that this is a banger in terms of positive EV. The positive EV is off the chart on this
off
one.
the chart EV.
Okay, so we got the Cubs money line. We got the White Sox money line.
Braves, Blue Jays.
I mean, we gotta pick some dogs here, guys.
White Sox are. Oh no, they're not a dog. Holy
No.
shit! What's that come out to?
That comes out to plus 673.
673.
That's actually not bad.
Cubs money line, Braves money line, Blue Jays money line, White Sox money line. I'm actually like I like the Twins, and I think the Cubs are suspect, but like I can 100%.
Braves and Blue Jays, I like, yeah.
Yeah, I can definitely see this hitting. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
All right, so there's a community parlay. Thanks for watching. Let's have ourselves a good night. I'll be the NBA ticket. I'm gonna give it another 15-20 minutes. You know what I think I'm gonna do for the NBA is I think I'm gonna put 2 same game parlays. One's gonna be if Embiid plays, and one's gonna be if Embiid doesn't play. It sucks. Like if it was a player like if it was Harden, I could probably do it. But Embiid, like the Philadelphia 76ers, they're a good team either way, but they're a completely different team if Embiid's on the floor. So it's such a difference maker. So I'm gonna wait out another 15-20 minutes and see if we get Embiid news. If not, I'll just post it as is. Thanks for watching, guys.
Thanks for watching, Chiefs. Good luck with those bets today.